Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into something really special, a kind of spiritual compass for life and love, all drawn from the incredible wisdom of the 40 Rules of Love. And look, this isn't just about romance. It's a guide to completely transforming our relationship with ourselves, with the world, and honestly, with the very essence of our existence. All right, let's just dive right in. From the very beginning, these rules don't feel like commands. They feel more like an invitation. And the first invitation is a big one, to shift our entire center of gravity away from the logical, cautious mind and into the intuitive, boundless heart. This switch from head to heart, it's the foundation for absolutely everything that follows. So where does a journey like this even begin? Well, the rules are pretty clear. It doesn't start by looking out at the world. It starts by turning our gaze inward. True understanding, genuine connection, it all has to start with the self. Now, this first rule gives us this incredible metaphor. Our idea of the divine is just a mirror. It's suggesting that our experience of the universe, or God, isn't about some being out there. Nope, it's a direct reflection of our own inner state. So, if you want to connect with a more loving world, the work isn't out there. It's about cultivating that love and compassion right here, inside your own heart first. And Rule 18 takes that idea of the inner mirror and just cranks it up to 11. It says it's not just our idea of the divine, but the entire universe that's inside of us. Everything you see out in the world, the good, the bad, all of it, it already exists within you. It's that classic idea, right? You're not just a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a single drop. And this is where it gets really practical, just laid out for us in Rule 19. It's a totally logical progression when you think about it. How can we possibly expect other people to love and respect us if we don't first believe we're worthy of it? Love from the outside can't really find a home if there's no space for it on the inside. It always, always begins with you. Okay, so once we've started that foundational inner work, that self-awareness and self-love, that's when the rules guide us to look outward again, but with a completely new set of eyes. All right, so this next phase of the journey, it is all about connection. It's about taking that love we've hopefully started to cultivate for ourselves and expanding its circle to embrace every single person and every part of creation. Rule 9 really challenges us, It asks us to put our judgments aside. It's a reminder that everyone has their own unique path, their own private conversation with the divine. And what really matters isn't the outer performance, not the rituals they follow, but the sincerity that's deep inside the heart. Now this one hits home, right? It's such a powerful and honestly a humbling truth. It's so easy to love an abstract idea of perfection, but the real spiritual test, it's loving actual people in all their messy, imperfect, complicated glory. We really can't claim to love the Creator if we haven't first learned how to love the creation itself. This highlights such a beautiful paradox that's right at the center of the rules. That we are all one, we're all made from the same divine stuff, yet every single one of us is completely unique. And honoring that uniqueness in others, respecting their differences, that's not just a social courtesy, it's a form of worship. And this whole journey of the heart, from the self to the other, it's what prepares us to navigate life's more complex, more challenging currents with a whole new kind of grace and understanding. So let's be clear, the 40 rules are not presenting a world of constant bliss, not at all. They face the hard parts of life head on, change, loss, uncertainty, but they offer us a new lens, a new way to understand all of it. Okay, this comparison from Rule 4, it is absolutely central to everything. The intellect, it's our protector. It builds walls to keep us safe. But love is a transformer. It breaks down those very same walls for the sake of connection. It encourages us to embrace risk, not just to be reckless, but for the treasure of connection that's waiting on the other side. I love this one. It's calling for this really radical form of acceptance. And it's not about being passive, it's about actively trusting the flow of life itself, even when it feels totally chaotic. It's about having faith that sometimes being turned upside down is exactly what we need to finally see things right side up. We usually think of patience as just waiting, gritting our teeth, but this completely redefines it. It says patience is an active, visionary state of faith. It's the deep knowing that every night holds the promise of a dawn, and that every thorn is just part of the process of creating a beautiful rose.
So we've got the journey inward, the journey outward, and the journey through all of life's messes. How does it all come together? Well, that brings us to the final, ultimate message of the 40 rules.
And here we are. After the journey inward, outward, and through all of life's contradictions, we arrive at the very heart of the matter. What's it all for? What is the core purpose of all of this?
Well, Rule 17 gives us a pretty clear answer. It reminds us that while we can cleanse our bodies with water or our minds with study, only love has the power to wash away the inner residue of hatred, of bigotry, of fear. It is the ultimate purifier.
And this rule, it just blows up the whole idea of heaven and hell being someplace in the future. It brings them right here, right now. They're not distant rewards or punishments. They are direct, real-time consequences of the choices we make. Heaven and hell become states of being, created by our actions of love or hate in this very moment.
And that brings us to the big one, Rule 40. The one that encapsulates the entire philosophy and leaves us with the most essential truth of all.
So here it is, the final rule, the core of this entire philosophy. When you strip everything else away, love isn't just an emotion, right? It's the fundamental element of a meaningful existence. It is the very substance that nourishes us, the water of life, and the passion that animates us, a soul of fire. So in the end, you see, the 40 rules of love, they're not a rigid set of doctrines. They're an open invitation, a call to begin your own journey of the heart, to look in the mirror, to see the world with new eyes, and to ask yourself that one final powerful question: where will you find your fire?